So like with this whole GTA 6 thing happening, we've received some of the worst news as gamers that we could have ever gotten. If you own a business, it's cooked. Like it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like niggas really think they're about to get away with this. And the sad thing is they might get away with it, but it's just crazy. But Sony nukes the future of physical media on PlayStation, and it sucks.
Hey, no jacket today. I'm ceasing production of my physical jacket. Yeah, I know. That would be stupid.
Either.
So Sony announced a thing that I'm going to talk about. And this is just going to be my thoughts. If you didn't know it'd be that, welcome to my channel. If you want the thoughts of the in-depth thesis of someone who talks games on the regular, Jake Baldino did a great video on this subject. Link it below, you can check his video out. I mean, after this, of course, come on, stick around for this. Sony announced a lot, really. Sony deleted a few hundred movies and shows that people had paid for. Sony also said they're ending PlayStation Store support on the PS Vita and PS3, and also said they are stopping production of physical disc video games. January 2028, so about a year and a half from now. And
you know, you always kind of had to expect that this was going to happen eventually. But what kind of pisses me off about this is because, like, yo, there was one point where companies would practice scummy business tactics, but they would at least try to hide it and be like, oh, you know, we're just doing this for this reason, and kind of cover it up a little bit. They don't even give a fuck to do that anymore. There was a point where I think companies were for the consumer, and then there was that middle ground where they kind of were like, we're kind of for you, but we're kind of not. We'll lie to you. And now it's like they don't give a fuck. Now it's like we're at the point where they have so much control over our lives, and they know they're going to get most people's money regardless, to the point where they're just like, okay, we're just gonna pull out all the stops. Let's see how far we can fucking go. Like it's ridiculous because motherfuckers can't vote with their goddamn wallets, man. They can't. They fold on shit. Like, bro, taking away media that people paid for, that is quite literally robbery. Literally, there's not that much of a difference between that and robbery. I don't give a fuck if I paid for something in 2006. I should have access to that fucking thing. And this is the problem and the slippery slope with all this streaming and media and all this other fuckery. It's like, yo, anything can be taken away from you. If my Nintendo Switch 2 bricks, I don't have access to the games that I paid $80 for. $80 for a fucking Mario Kart. You would have told me that when I was a kid, I would have told you fucking go fuck yourself. $80 for a Mario Kart? This is fucking ridiculous, man. Yo, I don't mean to go on rants, but like, yo, this shit gets me tight.
that ain't long. COVID was 6 years ago. I'm just saying it's gonna fly by. After January 2028, no more physical disc games, it's all digital downloads. It's also called the veil being peeled back from the reality we already live in. PS5 discs exist, sure. But if we're being honest, you put this physical disc in your PS5, you need internet access to install the game, download the rest of it, and play it. For me, the true metric of owning the game is, if the internet was gone, for whatever reason, can you still put the game in the system and play it? For PS5,
been like that for years.
Well, not really, no. The writing has been on the wall for this for quite some time. Whether it's digital releases coming before the physical release, provoking people to buy the digital release. Switch 2, I mean, entirely different console and company, but that's my point. It's video game companies in general look like they want to move past that pesky little concept of customers and consumers owning what they buy.
And it's pissing me off too, cause like, yo, bro, I remember when the PS5 first came out, I got the first day one edition of the PS5. So the first PS5s that came out, I got mine on Sony. No second party, none of that. Sony. I got probably one of the first ones ever made, right? As you guys can probably imagine, that shit doesn't fucking work now. I gotta pay $150 to some fucking cocksuckers over in fucking Little Haiti so they could fix my shit, right? That's besides the point. I remember when the consoles first came out, I was debating over getting the digital edition or the disc edition. This was 2021. A young nigga wasn't bowling like that. I'm still not, but I definitely wasn't back then. Nah, I kind of was, just a little bit. I was reselling this shit, but I wanted to save money. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the digital just because it's $400. They charge you an extra $100 just to be able to put discs in your console. That's already anti-consumeristic as fuck, but it's like, yo, imagine making niggas pay an extra $100 so that they could put a fucking disc in their game just to discontinue disc gaming 7 years later for that same console. What the fuck did you make these niggas pay for? Y'all don't see how fucked up that is, bro? Like, yo, I really sit there and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening to us, bro? What the fuck is happening to us? Like,
Consumer ownership, we'll call it. My God, it was true the whole time. GameStop really was power to the player. Power to the player by sandbagging the lot of them. One lowball offer, trade-in after another. But some Switch 2 game carts
Fucking
aren't
crazy.
even
GameStop
game
were
carts.
bitches,
They're
but come on, man.
download codes that allow you to download the game. At this point, the empty
Insane.
GTA 6 box is just called reality. Writing on the wall? Yes. Still sucks to hear? Yes. It's kind of like when the nukes fly, the mushrooms rise, or the robots take over and enslave us all. We can still go, writing was on the wall. Still sucks. And to be clear, I'm not talking about this news in the capacity of, hey, I talk movies on YouTube and video games. It's all about physical media and it bleeds into movies and it's gonna hurt movies too. And that's why I
it definitely
care.
does.
No, I love movies and video games. I love movies. I love video games. I love physical media for all of it. And now we all just kind of get to rent it as long as the company owns the rights to keep it around. Meanwhile,
This is another
Steam's
thing,
over there
bro.
like,
Companies shift rights like fucking I change underwear, nigga. It happens so often. Like, how does Xbox own fucking Destiny 2 now? Like, PlayStation might own Call of Duty. Like, I can't even keep track to what company owns what anymore, bro. It happens so frequently because they're trading these things around like so often. Like, we're just not in the same place with things that we were back in the day, bro. Everything is a fucking conglomerate, and I just it's ridiculous.
oh, you guys still have physical copies? I love Steam. Steam is great. It's great to have all your little digital PC games all reconciled into one place. Like, I get the convenience of it. But for the physical media enthusiast, it's not about the convenience. Whether it's movies, games, music, it's great to have a physical, tangible thing that you pop in, play.
It's
and
mine.
now
No one
you're
can take it away from me.
experiencing it. Also, physical discs, in terms of movies, they sound better, they look better. I'm just being real. And this is
That's probably
here's a
true as
story.
well.
It's a story
I
that
didn't really think
really
about that.
hit me in the face of how important owning the physical media is. I always knew it, but when this hit me, I was like, and that is proof positive. My PlayStation 4 ran into a problem. It was just, it wouldn't load, it wouldn't boot, it wouldn't start. It was stuck in some sort of
Trust me, I
death
feel you,
loop.
man. I'm
Looked
dealing with that
into it, I
again.
found out I needed this file. I need to put it on a USB, put it into my PlayStation 4, and it would reboot it basically to factory settings. I don't know if basically is the word. I'm pretty sure it was factory settings. Did it, got to log in. Any digital games I might have had, I could get back, right? Except,
Nope.
you know what was on that PS4? PT. I lost PT. No longer have it. Anyhow, these
I don't really know what
scenarios
that
go
is, but
through my
damn.
mind when I hear, hey, no more physical media. And yeah, it is a problem that I see in the movie world also. I mean, Best Buy doesn't even sell movies anymore. And it looks like soon Best
didn't even
Buy's
know
not
that.
going to
That's
sell
crazy.
games anymore. It is funny. It's like these companies test these waters, people push back, and they go, okay, we can't do it in one big move. We have to do it with 1,000 cuts. And then
That's literally what they do. They literally they tell you, like, you can almost predict what the company's going to do later down the line by little things that they do in the moment. Like, literally, you can predict this shit. They will literally feed you little, like, microbes of, like, what they're planning on doing just to see how you guys are gonna react. And they're like, okay, yeah, too much backlash, we'll just slowly do. It's fucking ridiculous, man. And people don't see this shit, and that's the thing that kind of pisses me off. It's like, yo, people would rather have it and just, like, deal with this shit than to push back in a way that matters. You could complain all fucking day, but when those sales come in and when the company has to report their fucking earnings in those goddamn investor meetings, bro, as long as they see, like, yeah, there's still hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars here, it's like, what else are we really gonna have to go off of? Are we just going to do things just because we feel bad for our consumer and for the benefit of them? No, fuck that. If I was a company, I'd do the same shit, nigga. If you don't like something and I'm still making money, what the fuck do I need to listen to you for? I'm gonna listen to your actions. That's it. That's how these motherfuckers think. Do better, fuck, nigga.
get them there. Make them feel like it was their idea. Remember the Oblivion DLC? The armor for the horse that you had to buy?
Oblivion,
People
that's a
lost
major
their
throwback.
shit over that. How much was it? $5 or something like that? Can't really remember. But the concept was, I already bought the game. Why do I have to spend $5 more on something for the game? Now paying for DLC is just the business model. Microsoft, I
Exactly.
believe it was with the Xbox One, they were talking about, hey,
They have to find a way to sell it to you as an issue that they are also solving. So imagine the horse thing. It's like, okay, this is a cosmetic. So imagine like 2005, 2006. It's just like, damn, I already paid for the game, and now you're trying to make me pay $5, a fraction of what I paid for the game for one item. And they're like, yeah, you know what? how can we do this a little better? Oh, we're gonna sell niggas extra content in the game that's playable rather than cosmetic. So then they're gonna think that we're giving them more gameplay instead of actually setting things up to where we could just make niggas pay for fucking microtransactions for like anything in the game in the future. This is how they do it. You see how they just like, they lube you up before they fuck you? They don't just put it in, right? They don't just stick it in, right? They lube up the tip, then they lube up your butthole a little bit. Stick just the tip in, and they're like, okay, we'll fill you out. We'll stretch you out a little bit. Yep, we'll stretch you out a little bit. And then 2026, boom, nigga, you all like tip touching your heart now, bro. This shit goddamn crazy.
What it's gonna have. And they said, your game is gonna be coded to your profile, and you're gonna need your disc to play the game, which means you can't trade it to your friend, you can't loan it to your friend. People lost their collective shit. And soon, I imagine we won't even have discs anymore. I'm not just talking about PlayStation, I'm saying across all platforms, which is essentially the same outcome. In 2013, disc is bound to your profile via disc. Controversial. 2028, game is bound to your profile because it's a digital download. Only in the 15 years since 2013, we've been climatized to see it as, well, that's just the way it is. Even limited run games can't be grinning like John Lovitz in The Wedding Singer on this. If the PlayStation 6 won't even play discs, don't know, but I imagine it won't. What point is there for a company to make a physical version of the game? Guess they gotta go back to re-releasing Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Game Gear. I mean, I'm down for all that. I feel like
the sad reality is, if the PlayStation 6 comes with a fucking disc tray, because most PlayStation 5s don't even have. If the PlayStation 6 ends up coming with a disc tray, it's going to be because like people were so outraged and they decided to make a change. Whatever version of the PS6 that's sitting in beta right now, or alpha, whatever the fuck, I promise you it doesn't have a disc tray right now. If that changes, it's gonna be because people complain.
Gaming now is like the dinner scene in Hook. Gen Z's out there happily gaming in their digital world. I'm like, there's nothing here. And it's in the wake of Sony saying they're dropping support for the PS Vita and the PS3. You start to think, because any digital games for the Vita, for example, you just won't be able to get anymore. Kind of like in the Wii shop, they came out with a new Contra game and a remake of one of the Castlevania games for Game Boy, but it was a full remake. But if you missed it, you missed it. The Wii shop's gone now. If you missed them, too bad. I got the Contra game, I never got the Castlevania game. I didn't know about it. Relating that to this news, is it possible for a console generation with all digital games to hit that same wall, to run into a scenario where you just can't get the games anymore? Maybe you can download the ones you already bought, but what about the ones you slept on? You're like, oh, I heard that was cool. I'd like to get that now. Oh, the store's gone. I just can't. Are you gonna have to rely on the inevitable, let's be honest, PS7 and PS8 remasters of the PS6 games? Are there gonna be differences in those remasters as opposed to the PS6 version? Maybe people want to play the PS6 version.
I'm gonna be honest, bro, there's game titles that are like so obscure to the point, like how he just mentioned that there are those Castlevania games that you can't play on the Wii anymore. Like, Nintendo could just be like cool people and be like, okay, you know what, we don't have that anymore, we'll release a physical version of that and we'll put it on the Nintendo Switch shop. They can do that, but they won't, because it's just like the amount of effort to the amount of money they're gonna make just isn't enough. Like, they would literally, like, the only thing that would make these companies do shit like this is literally if they just cared about you enough to do it, because it's not necessarily making them any more money than whatever the current brand ethos is making them, bro. It's just not.
Maybe it was a little better for some reason. If these remasters have taught us anything, some are awesome, some the originals are better. Will you still be able to download your PS6 games long after GTA, the PS6 console generation? Is it going to be subscription-based going forward? Yeah, in 2040, you can play your PS6 games. You can stream them on the PS8 for a price if you have PlayStation Plus Gold Plus. It's a thing where, I mean, we always knew how to play old games. You just get the old gear and plug them in. Or you get new systems and new gear made to play old cartridges and you plug them in and you play them. I just don't like a world where you don't know how long you'll be able to play these games. More to the point, you'll only be able to play these games as long as the company supports you being able to play those games. So the ball's in their court for your gaming experience. It's an uncertain future. I don't like it. But hey, maybe the PS6 generation is a good time for me to step back. Play those back catalogs of retro games that I've yet to beat. Bring on that Commodore 64, baby. You pre-order your Commodore
A lot of niggas had a
callback
seizure
flip
trying to
phone.
figure out what that is.
I did. When I'm out there in the world, I aim to experience the world without doom scrolling. I'm unplugging. Anyhow, those are my thoughts. This video game scenario and movie scenario. It's all physical media. It's all very tied together. And the future is very depressing looking right now. I always held off on getting the 4K Tarantino movies because I figured after his 10th film, they would come out with some 10 film box set on 4K. I'll just get that. I ordered Kill Bill, the whole blood
Box set in the big 2.6, nigga. You think they got, bro? You know how much it costs to put something on a disc? It doesn't cost that much, but you know what would make us more money? Not doing that and just continuing to fuck you guys in the butt and put the shit on streaming. Oh man, it's the hope in his eyes, man. Oh man, millennials.
affair on 4K. Should go back and order the other ones. Because I'm not convinced by the time he comes out with his 10th movie that they'll even be making physical disc box sets or physical discs for movies at all. Maybe that's me
Fucking
being
crazy.
doom and gloom, but
No, it's not.
that's how I
not
feel.
crazy to
But I
say
still
that,
got
no.
my VHSs. All right, so physical.
The only way they might do it is because, like, I think film still is very attached just in identity to, like, physical media, like discs and box sets. Like, a bunch of people that really consume movies, like, it's very important for them to collect that shit. So I think, you know, it's just gonna be like that for a little while longer than games. I think gaming kind of severed that tie for sure, right? When people think video games, they don't think discs anymore. Like, the average person, or cartridges. Like, I just don't think the average person still thinks about it like that. Maybe if you were around back then, obviously, but I think the status quo definitely shifted. The movies are definitely a little bit more attached to that.
Disc games no longer being produced after January 2028 for PlayStation
Man,
systems.
fuck,
What do you
man.
think about it? All digital media. Is it convenient? Is it a lack of archive?
It is convenient, but, like, bro, at what fucking cost, dog? At what fucking cost? Like, convenience ruins a bunch of other novelties. Like, I remember being up at like 3 a.m. and seeing some obscure ass show that never comes on during the day, and it almost felt like a fucking other world that I stepped into, because it's just like, yo, this is the only time I get to watch this. I don't get to just have this throughout the day. I don't have access to it. Like, yo, we get to choose everything, bro. Having so much control over everything ruins the novelty of shit. Like, what happened to just scrolling through the channels at 3 a.m. and discovering some random ass movie that barely comes on? Saturday morning cartoons. Like, the novelty is just gone, you know what I mean? Sometimes it felt like things found you, and now it's like 5 million things battling for my attention at the same time. Like, it's overwhelming, dog. That shit is fucked, man. And Sony, fuck you for that dumb shit, nigga. Y'all know some fucking bullshit. I don't appreciate that shit. That's some freaking bullshit. But let me know what y'all think about this horse shit. If you say anything positive about it, I will be deleting your comment. Nah, I'm joking. I'm not gonna delete it. But yo, Sony, bro, go fuck yourself, man.